You check your favorite free financial app, and the confetti drops. Your credit score looks fantastic. You walk into a bank, ready to buy a house or a car, but the loan officer pulls up a harsh, red number that is dozens of points lower and hands you a rejection. The number on your phone isn't exactly a lie, but it is an educational score. It's a metric designed to make you feel informed and engaged with the app, not the actual mathematical algorithm the bank uses to assess your risk. Most of us operate on the assumption that we have a single, definitive 3-digit number attached to our identity that dictates our financial worth. In reality, you simultaneously possess dozens of distinct, accurate, and completely contradictory credit scores. Each one is uniquely tailored to specific lending products, like auto loans, credit cards, or mortgages. Trusting the educational app creates a dangerous false sense of security. To actually get approved for a loan, you have to decode the specific, ruthless algorithms that institutional lenders use behind closed doors. The foundation of this system rests on raw data, controlled by the big 3 credit reporting agencies, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. These are private corporations that collect and maintain records of your borrowing and repayment history. There is a massive structural quirk in how these agencies gather information. Your bank, landlord, or credit card issuer is not legally required to send your financial data to all 3 of these bureaus simultaneously. 3 data pipelines representing the bureaus fill up unevenly. Notice how a missed payment block drops into one file but completely bypasses the others. Because these data pools are uneven, any algorithm pulling from them will generate different score outputs for the exact same person. Before the complex scoring math even begins to grade you, you are already dealing with inconsistent and fragmented raw data records. Once the raw data is collected, it gets processed by 2 massive rival scoring algorithms, VantageScore and FICO. VantageScore is the dominant model used by free consumer apps, and FICO is the model used by 90% of top institutional lenders. These 2 algorithms disagree on how to calculate risk. They look at the exact same financial habits and grade them using completely different rubrics. This side-by-side chart compares the models. The VantageScore column expands payment history to 41%. The FICO column instead expands utilization, the percentage of available credit you are using, to 30%. If you pay minimums perfectly but carry high balances, the algorithms diverge. VantageScore sees the perfect streak and rewards you, while FICO sees high utilization and docks points. From the exact same data, the Vantage model outputs a 750, while FICO drops to 680. Your consumer app is not explicitly lying to you. It is simply grading your financial behavior on a completely different mathematical rubric than the bank, making that app score practically useless for serious borrowing. The stakes of this algorithmic divide peak in the mortgage underwriting industry. When you apply for a home loan, lenders bypass the standard FICO 8 model entirely. Instead, they run your file through older, hyper-specialized models, specifically FICO versions 2, 4, and 5. Mortgage lenders use a process called a tri-merge. A tri-merge is a consolidated report that simultaneously pulls these legacy scores from all 3 major bureaus, allowing the lender to select the middle number to assess your true risk. These legacy models are uniquely unforgiving. They punish past mistakes, like a late payment or a medical collection from years ago, far more aggressively than modern consumer algorithms do. Trying to prepare for a mortgage by tracking a free app score is like studying for a physics exam using a history textbook. You will fail at the underwriting desk because the rules of the test are entirely different. In 2026, a massive regulatory overhaul is hitting the credit landscape, driven by a federal mandate from the Federal Housing Finance Agency. The FHFA is the government body that oversees and regulates the secondary mortgage market. The FHFA is breaking the entrenched FICO monopoly by forcing lenders to adopt 2 new scoring models, FICO 10T and VantageScore 4.0. The crucial element here is the T in FICO 10T, which stands for trended data. Trended data is historical information that reveals the trajectory of your financial behaviors over time, rather than just a static snapshot of your current balances. This line graph compares 2 consumers with the exact same current debt balances. The old models scored them identically. But under the new system, the algorithm traces a 24-month trajectory. The line sloping steadily downward shows a consumer paying off debt, earning a higher score, while the line sloping sharply upward shows a consumer accumulating debt and getting penalized. The old strategy of paying off a credit card the day before applying for a loan will no longer work, because the new models clearly see the historical buildup leading up to that payment. Credit is no longer a system you can temporarily game. It is now a continuous behavioral record that you must consistently manage. These 2026 models do include positive additions, like analyzing alternative data. They factor in rent and utility payments, which finally helps consumers with thin credit files, meaning little to no borrowing history, generate a usable score. To navigate this new landscape, stop obsessing over the 3-digit number on your consumer apps. Instead, pull your actual credit reports and monitor the raw data for accuracy across all 3 bureaus. Survive the strict new algorithms by following 3 core behavioral rules. Keep credit utilization under 30%, maintain your older accounts, and never miss a payment. Before you authorize a hard credit pull, explicitly ask your lender which specific scoring model they use. You need to know exactly which rubric they are grading you on. Understanding the mechanical nature of institutional underwriting pierces the illusion of the app score. It allows you to reclaim control over your financial identity and secure the loan approvals you actually need.